Well, as the evening sun begins to fall here in Páirc Uí Rinn, welcome to the second part of our doubleheader this evening of the County Junior B Hurling and Football County Finals. And if the football match is half as good as the hurling match we had here between Ballinacurra and Victorious O'Donovan Rossa, well, all will be fine in the camp. Down in front of us we see the Ballinacurra boys doing their warming up. Ballinacurra, no strangers to Junior B Championship Finals. They were here in 2010 and 2011, I should say, when they were beaten by Kilmichael in the hurling. And of course, Charleville as well were here, losing in 2010 and 2011 to Kilbrinn and Belgooly. But that's the past. This is now, and now everybody is concentrating on what's going to happen in the next hour of football. The Ballinacurra line out. In goal for them is number 1, Steve Kane. Their half-back line, or their full-back line, David O'Riordan, Killian Harty and Tom O'Mara. 5, 6 and 7 are Damien Daly, Ian Cahill and Trevor Costigan. Along the park are James Nagel and Brian Sigerson. Right half forward is the captain, Tom O'Leary. Centre forward, Shane Wiggins is 11. And Scott Richards is on the left wearing 12. Their full forward line sees Stephen Kelly with 13 on the right. Jake Hegarty at full forward and Stephen O'Brien in the left corner wearing number 15. Ballinacurra. And of course their subs are 16 Mark O'Sullivan, 17 Senan Finnegan, 18 Mossy Stack, 19 Dave Fitzmaurice, 20 is Glenn Harty, 21 Richie Keohane, 22 Joe Coppinger, 23 Trevor Richards and 24 is Kenneth Higgins. Ballinacurra, as I say, no strangers, having been here in the last few years. So the same for Charleville. Ballinacurra, known as a hurling club, very unlucky to lose the semi-final of the hurling part of this competition last week, and eventually making it through to the football finals. What a year it would have been for them if they had made it the double, or made two, but now they can concentrate totally on one. They were beaten in a replay by eventual county champions in the hurling by O'Donovan Rossa, 118 to 111, but they're here today in the green and white, Glasgow Celtic-esque, as they get ready to play Charleville in this Junior B football final. Charleville still going through the stretching and warming and limbering and getting ready, crucial for them in their quest for honours. And Ballinacurra now out of their huddle, going to the referee in the centre of the field. Striped green and white for Ballinacurra from East Cork, and Rawlirk from North Cork, from Avondhu, nearly in County Limerick, but you wouldn't want to call them Limerick men up there. Very close to the border, makes you a stronger Cork man. So referee checking that everything is ready. In the centre of the field does a final tot that we have 15 on each side, waiting for the mentors to leave, checking his own watch, and here we go. And the Junior B County Football Final 2013 is on. First to break away is Ballinacurra. Their captain is Tom O'Leary. Tom O'Leary played this ball into the corner, tidied up inside by the cornerback. Good play there by PJ O'Halloran, the other captain for Charleville, out towards the sideline, skipping past the tackle, moving up the field now. Good play by Charleville, taking it over the halfway line, playing a long direct ball in, beaten out by the defender, but down it comes to their full forward. This is Colm O'Flynn. Colm O'Flynn, Blondie Colm, flying up along the wing, cutting inside now, still being chased, trying to get to the room, gets away from two, seemed to be pulled down. The referee is on the spot. The referee saw the pull, and to be a free in for Charleville. As I said, they've already lost this final twice. They'd like to get a football medal, having lost the two in 2010 and 2011. A free for them over in the corner, right in front of the pavilion here in Páirc Uí Rinn, under the lights. It's still only 8:15 of a Friday evening in August, but there is certainly a need for lights. The wind rising up as well. We had rain earlier, as this one is kicked across the face of the goal, and it's gone wide. So the first wide of the evening being registered by the boys from North Cork on counts on them Bhólaíochar, Vuchali Rawlirk, agus be Kikimach Inis, or Coolboy, Ballinacurra, to be Steve Kane to kick this one. Football being retrieved by the umpire. Out to the 13-metre line now. The familiar tee. Ballinacurra keeper, first kick out, gets it well past the 65-metre line, comes down. Ballinacurra get the bounce of the ball. Hand pass going to be coming shortly here now. Lot of steps taken, lost possession. but eventually he gets the free as the referee deemed that Danny O'Flynn had fouled on that occasion, that he had fouled Brian Sigerson. And this one will be taken now by Damien Daly for Ballinacurra. In towards his full forward line. Forward came, stood back, hoping that the back would miss the bounce, but no. Here come Charleville again, getting past halfway. Hand pass in towards their 12. This is James Casey. James Casey is passing by Charleville, playing it up in towards the full forward line. Nobody ready for the pass, however. Down goes the Ballinacurra man, gets the ball up, has time to hand pass it across his own goal. They say you should never do that. Out they come down, working it out gently out of defence, up this side of the field, left footed, race on for it. Out comes the Ballinacurra man, does well, gets that ball, tries to swing away. It was I think it was Stephen Kelly that was fouled. Stephen Kelly going up, and he's eventually fouled about 45 metres out from the goal, and he leaves this free to be taken by James Nagle. James Nagle was thinking of having a quick one. He's on the 45. He's going to kick with the wind at his back, maybe slightly diagonal at this stage. It has died down a bit since the hurling match as James gets this one right. Seems to have judged it well, but there's a tail pulling it across. Stephen Kelly couldn't keep it in and eventually goes out, so it's one apiece on the wide score and no score yet in the game, and we have just played 3 minutes. As I say, it's getting cold here at Ballinacurra this evening. We did have a shower just before half-time in the hurling match. That's gone away now. In its place, there's a little chill in that wind as the goalkeeper from Charleville, from Rawlake, is Dahi O'Connell, David O'Connell, to kick this one out and gets plenty of elevation in it, dropping out around the 65 metre line. 2 men go for it. Ballinacurra man hand passes it up, well hand passed up. Here they come again. This is the midfielder James Nagle. James Nagle plays it into space. The goalkeeper David does well inside. David O'Connell hand passes it out, and the chance got away there from Ballinacurra. Hand pass out, long pass out to this side of the field. Charleville moving the ball across the field now, trying to bring their 12 into play. This is James Casey. James Casey waiting for support, and here he gets it now. Out they come, playing it up into the forward line again. Full forward it's Colm O'Flynn. Colm O'Flynn dispossessed, but it breaks kindly for Dave McCarthy. Dave McCarthy hand passes this ball back around to their 15. That's James O'Brien. James O'Brien over to James Casey. Back again. Intricate play here by Charleville. Nothing out of it yet as Andrew Cagney is trying to cut inside. 2 men going with him. He hand passes the ball in, but eventually the hand pass was deemed to be illegal, and it's a free out for Ballinacurra. Ball thrown away. Ballinacurra man standing over it now, telling him go back to the mark where the free has to be taken from. Back in his own in-line, Ballinacurra across the goal again. A dangerous thing to be at, lad. And out comes there, going in to chase him as Andrew Cagney is well burst out there by old Ian Cahill. Ian Cahill up the far side of the field towards Scott Richards. Scott Richards playing it into the corner. The push in the back was invited and accepted, and Ballinacurra playing this one up again, back and forward, tussling for it, back does well. Eventually the forward comes across, and there's no doubt that Scott Richards fouled on that occasion. Charleville working the ball, trying to get away from Ballinacurra. Hands everywhere, hands going in, making it difficult. Busy hands. The man on the run on the far side of the field for Charleville is Dwayne Collins. Dwayne Collins getting this one in, and now still inside. Colin Flynn trying to make way, turns around, still playing with this ball, was thinking of the shot, plays it back. Then 4, 5, 7 hand passes across the face of the goal, and wide number 2 from Charleville. Their patience ran out in the end, and that one goes out over the end line and wide. So you can see the Charleville idea is to work the ball into the space, into position, and take the score. It didn't come off on that occasion. They're playing into the wind. The wind is stiff enough at times when it gusts, and Ballinacurra have it at their backs in the first half. We're now playing nearly 6 minutes, nearly end score foes in this County Junior B football final 2003 here in Páirc Uí Rinn. Páirc Uí Rinn under the lights, up they go, ball bounced out. Ballinacurra man heads it first, down it comes, picked up there by Andrew Cagney for Charleville. Over to this side of the field now, switching the play, long ball in, nobody following it. The defender going back there is David O'Riordan. David O'Riordan has time to get it up into his hand passes it to his fullback Killian Harty. Killian Harty coming out with this one, another hand pass as far as 10 is the captain, Tom O'Leary. Tom O'Leary gone back from his half forward position, way back into his own half of the field. But now Ballinacurra working the ball up the field, hand pass straight, bit of cutting in that one, a foot pass eventually into the man who's loose, the centre forward. This is Shane Wiggins playing it across, nicely caught by the Ballinacurra man, nicely taken under control. He's going for a pint, is the full forward. It was a good effort that occasion, comes down off the crossbar, and the full back for Charleville first to react there is Jack Buckley. Jack Buckley has that one. That was a good effort by Jake Hagerty, but eventually comes down off the post, and the defence were quickest to pick up that one. A late tackle there, definitely a late tackle on the Charleville man as he came away. Barry McCarthy was taken out on that occasion, quickly being taken by Charleville. The referee said, I won't have any of that, I'm going to have a chat with you for that, mate. And he's calling back number 5 for Ballinacurra, that's Damien Daly, and Damien Daly's name is going into referee Michael O'Leary's book. No doubt it was late, and it was a yellow card offence there, however, no doubt about that. These teams, of course, have met already in this championship in the very first round, away back on the 28th of April, when they started off. Charleville and Ballinacurra met, and Charleville were victorious in that afternoon, 2-9 to 12 points, but here they meet again in the final, and it's times have changed at different times of the year. Here come Charleville down the middle, racing on. The man who was fouled a while ago, Barry McCarthy running into a bit of traffic, gets it back towards his midfielder, towards Shane O'Sullivan, switching across, holding on to the lad, trying to make the space, trying to get in past the man. Good attack here by Mark Kavanagh high, and this one is the number 3 for Charleville, the same side of the post again, gone to the near side here from our position in the stand, so each of them gone to the left, so it's 3 wides to Charleville, none for Ballinacurra. Something tells me that we could have a low scoring game here in this final. As I say, Ballinacurra then went on and Charleville played Ballinacurra the first match, then beat Charleville. Grange had to go to a replay against Goleen in the quarter final, more replay territory again against Arraglen in the semi-final, 2 matches there as well, whereas Ballinacurra had played Charleville, Ballinor, Lismire, Loch Rovers and Deal Rovers in the semi-final. Ballinacurra roaming up, trying to use the space now on the far side of the field, and still going forward, carrying that ball. 3 Charleville men put behind him. He's on the run, he hits it. Does he like it? He does the direction, but it's a bit short. Out comes the goalkeeper, does well to hold that one. Good play there by David O'Connell. He may have done better if he had caught it before it hopped, but eventually the free was committed inside the 13-metre line, and to be a free out to Charleville. Him in loose, but he picks out all on his own. He picks out the number 5, Damien Daly, for Ballinacurra. And there we have it. After 9.5 minutes of the first half, the first score of the game is from Stephen O'Brien for Ballinacurra, and certainly that came from a misplaced kick out, free out for Charleville. It came to Damien Daly, who transferred it inside, and Stephen O'Brien planked it over the bar. Up they go again, and ball breaking to Ballinacurra, running on, looking dangerous. This is Tom O'Leary. Tom O'Leary pass outside, man going for the point, shoots across the goal, but this one goes to this side of the field again, and another net off there for Charleville. Good play by Ballinacurra. Tom O'Leary gave a good ball inside, showing his captain's role for Ballinacurra. Kicked on the left on the run, and eventually goes across the face of the goal and out for a wide for Ballinacurra. They lead by 1, 10-20 gone. 10 minutes and 20 seconds. Well kicked out by David O'Connell. Up into the centre they go. Well fielded out there by Danny O'Flynn for Charleville. Gets it down to his wing back. The wing back is trying to get away was Michael O'Flynn. Michael O'Flynn switching the play over to the far side of the field. Is this Colm O'Flynn running for it? No, it's not. It's Andrew Cagney. Andrew Cagney moving up the sideline on the far side of the field. Ball going for him. Being chased all the way. Gets a hand pass in. It's tough going out there. No quarter big ass they're given. That ball picked off the ground by the attacker who was under pressure, and it will be a free out to Ballinacurra. Good defence there. Staying close, staying sticky, making it hard for Charleville to get into a rhythm. I have a feeling that goals will be very important in this game. This one is taken up along the wing on the far side of the field. Nicely picked up by Ballinacurra. Charleville slightly asleep. Another ball into the corner. Corner forward came out as well. Man behind him. Defender playing good football there. Got into it. Back it goes. Charleville win it back. This is Dwayne Collins. Dwayne Collins gets a smack over there on the sideline. The referee going, he's exercised by something he saw. Is he calling somebody from Ballinacurra? Damien Daly already has been booked. He's on a yellow. I think there's more secretarial work going on, we'll put it, as the referee is having a word with another one of the Ballinacurra boys. 15. I can't see the number. It may be Stephen O'Brien, who got the point a while ago, who's going into the book here. Yes, indeed, Stephen O'Brien has 2 yellow cards for Ballinacurra. Playing with the wind, they're leading by a point. Charleville switching the play across the field. Well read by the Ballinacurra man, Damien Daly. Damien Daly, long pass, good pass, straight forward, waiting for the man coming through. And the support does come through. Ballinacurra looking very athletic on the move. It's James Nagle. James Nagle turning around. Big loping strides of James. Still going through, followed by the other number 8. That's Danny O'Flynn. And James Nagle is fouled as he makes his way in. Very deceiving stride by James Nagle. Moving on, loping through the defence. Eventually the defence got back as he got by Danny O'Flynn, and the free is coming in 40 yards out from the Charleville goal, and a chance for Ballinacurra to double their advantage. 12:35 gone in this one. Who's going to take the free for them? Over on the far side in the left half forward position, 35 yards out from the goal. It's a bit of a mist beginning to fall down here in Parky Rain under the lights, and this one is not going to rise long enough. It's kicked in, nicely connected inside by the defence, and that was a poor free, must be said, by Jake Hegarty. Out they come again, working the ball very patiently up the field. Charleville, a nice bit of basketball, bouncy, and here they come again, still carrying it across into the centre. 13 picks it up for them. This is Mark Kavanagh. Mark Kavanagh playing it out the wing, slowly working it up the field, trying to get a man into possession all the time. Dave McCarthy, good ball again. Charleville creating space, creating overlaps, and here they are cutting it towards goal. Turns around, gives it back to Colm O'Flynn. Colm O'Flynn has his kick blocked down, comes back down to James Casey. James Casey gets it to 13. Mark Kavanagh switches across. Now Colm O'Flynn and passes the ball out to this side of the field. And James O'Brien cutting inside. And James O'Brien straight and over the bar. Good score by James O'Brien. His father Packy would like that one. Good score by Charleville to tie things up. Nearly 14 minutes of play gone, and the sides are level, a point apiece. The lights are on here in Park here in. It's like an evening in November now with that mist coming down, and the wind driving in from the city side down towards Blackrock as Stephen Kane kicks this one out. Tightly packed, quickly caught by Anderton. Here come Charleville on the attack, cutting inside. 13 does well. Mark Kavanagh punches it on the run and puts it over the bar. Good score by Charleville. Mark Kavanagh with that one. Well done. Spotted the kick out, was short, didn't work out from Steve Kane, didn't get under the ball properly, and away he came. So the 2 corner forwards on the scoreboard now for Charleville. Kavanagh 13 and O'Brien 15, a point apiece for them. 2. Stephen O'Brien's 1 solitary point so far for Ballinacurra as we are approaching the halfway mark of the first half, and Steve Kane with this kick out gets plenty elevation this time. Up they go in the centre. 2 Charleville men get it. 1 comes down with it. That's James Casey. James Casey hand passes the ball up in the air, eventually took too many steps, and the referee giving the free out to Ballinacurra. They have the ball, they played short across midfield, having a look now, where's this one going to go? The man with the left leg plays it long into the full forward line, well caught inside. Hand pass not coming to the pass away, but now it does. The overlap is coming from defence. That's Damien Daly. Damien Daly gets it back to Brian Sigerson. Brian Sigerson finding it hard going. Eventually took too much out of that ball. Referee is watching steps, watching plays, watching possessions, and penalises Ballinacurra on that occasion. James O'Brien crosses the 65. Still going, trying to get past his man. Brought to the ground, no doubt about that. Davy O'Riordan is penalised from the free in, taken quickly by Charleville. Back it comes to Andrew Cagney. Andrew Cagney showing a good burst of speed as he cuts inside, goes to ground, ball on the ground, 2 defenders there, should be a green ball. It is a green ball, and out come Ballinacurra. This game being played at a great pace, up and down the field, hand passing going well, maybe at times too much into trouble with the hand passes. Out comes the corner forward, did well to hold on to it because the captain PJ Allen was there, making life difficult for the man from Ballinacurra, and O'Halloran wins it back. Good play, good defence over there. O'Halloran now turning around, plays it back into the centre, and this ball is nicely caught. The overlap is on for Charleville. This is Barry McCarthy cutting down the middle. It's getting a bit congested inside. McCarthy gets it out. Here they come again, racing onto this one. It's James Casey. James Casey still going. A lot of steps, kicks it on the run. But unfortunately for James Casey, he was going too fast to be able to control the final kick, and that one goes off and goes wide. So that's Charleville's number 4. 2 points to 1. 16-40 as goalkeeper Steve Kane gets ready to take this one for Ballinacurra. Fierce pace coming across the half forward, from midfield up by Charleville, racing onto that one and trying to get them scores in using the overlap and cutting through, but that time unfortunately they weren't able to control it. Up they go, Lorna Parker, punch down, Ballinacurra man gets it, Mo Dirac into the full forward line, little push in the back there from Stephen Kelly, doesn't work out. The cornerback did very well, good play by Michael O'Flynn, not the best pass in the whole world, eventually fumbled by Trevor Costigan, and once more it's Charleville with a bit of room. Over on the far side is this Andrew Cagney. Andrew Cagney swings it across, nice ball into Colm O'Flynn. Colm O'Flynn kicks it on the run, but once again there's a tail in it, as me all here would say, and that one goes off wide, number 5 for Charleville now. On that occasion Colm O'Flynn had a way more time than he thought he had. As that one came down, he turned around onto his right, snatched at it slightly, and it goes out harmlessly wide, and Steve Kane will be happy with this one. Gets under this one well, out it comes. Damien Daly going up for it. Damien Daly breaks it down to himself and then wins the hard ball on the ground, flicks it out towards one of his forwards. Won't come up for Shane Wiggins the first time. Charleville nearly intercepted, across it comes, but racing on to this one is James Nagle. James Nagle hasn't seen, touched away from him. Nagle has to go back very near the sideline, kick back there, as back goes the midfielder racing back. Shane O'Sullivan for Charleville, but he's helped by one of his defenders who plays a lovely ball out. That's on his Danny O'Flynn. Danny O'Flynn getting past. There was a tackle around the neck there by number 10 from Ballinacurra, Tomas O'Leary, but here come Charleville, want to get the pace of the game, going fast. Number 6 fouling. Charleville just taking the freeze and not even giving the ref time to even think about booking. Down it comes this side of the field. Ballinacurra hand goes in, and it will be a sideline ball to Charleville. Charleville, as I said, trying to play this game at speed, trying to play it at pace, just getting the ball and giving and transferring as they move it out from their half-back line over halfway and into the forward line. This one now is about 35 yards out from the goal. The short one comes back to Dave McCarthy, gets it into the corner, pass goes astray. Mark Kavanagh with a lot of work to do there. The number 4 for Ballinacurra is back there, Tom O'Mara gets it out, pass going astray, however, back it comes to James O'Brien. James O'Brien cutting in, Cork minor hurler last year, good player. Solo went wrong there on that occasion, got a little foot to it as the ball went away from him. Had passes, slightly unorthodox, but works in Ballinacurra. Here they come out of defence, and they have space as well. Off the ball stuff going on right here between us, between 9 and 8, into the full forward line, well caught inside. Ballinacurra man slightly on his own, but had passes out to Stephen Kelly. Stephen on the run, Stephen unlucky, it left his boot, it was on the way over the bar, but the wind and the veer and the spin and the fade and the draw, taking that one off to the left and out and wide, and it will be a kick out for David O'Connell. There I saw number 9 Shane O'Sullivan for Charleville, and James Nagle having a little bit of afters off the ball, stopping the run there as that attack was set up by Ballinacurra. In towards the corner forward again, racing in there, and to tidy up is their full back. Their full back is Jack Buckley. Jack Buckley gets it out. Here we go, the hand pass starts again. Danny O'Flynn getting away from 2, hand passes it out towards his corner forward. This is Mark Kavanagh. Mark Kavanagh back to Danny. Danny gives a nice pass to Dave McCarthy, and all of a sudden it opens up. Dave tried the direct ball into the forward line. He won't be happy with the accuracy of that kick, as it's skewed off his boot out over the sideline. So still, as we have played 20 minutes, there's only 3 scores in this game. It's been very entertaining, side to side, end to end. It comes down to James Nagle from Ballinacurra. Long ball in, but that was never going to reach Stephen Kelly. Stephen had stayed out in the wing. That went down the central channel. That pass went slightly off. Back it comes down towards Brian Sigerson. Brian Sigerson trying to get inside, going well, trying to hold that ball. The defender does superbly to finally dispossess him and get it away. Here come Charleville at pace, out of defence again. Danny O'Flynn. Blondie Danny. And Blondie gets it as far as the half-backs now, trying to get it past midfield. Mark Kavanagh doing way back in his own half of the field. What's he doing back there, for God's sake? And this was picked up. Charleville playing it back again. Remember, Ballinacurra playing with the wind. They're trailing by a point. Charleville working that ball. The wind doesn't seem to affect their style of football. Their style of football is very short, very fast, very pacey, but very much based on the hand pass. A long ball over the top on this occasion. A bit of variation is good. And Charleville man showing great speed. He's cutting it through. He's going for a goal. Goalkeeper stops it. He brings half the pitch with him as the ball broke off his body down to into the sand in the goal mouth. The goalkeeper, Steve Kane, took no chances at all, hoofed it along the ground, out it came. Ballinacurra survived, good move, cutting in from the wing there for Charleville, didn't take it however. The linesman is calling, flagging back at this side. Was the free kick taken from the wrong place? I don't know. I think it was. His flag is up anyway. The referee going over from Diarmid O'Mahony's in West Cork. Yes, he was inside on the pitch. He didn't go behind the line for the free, and eventually the advantage taken away from Ballinacurra with the throw ball, but nicely picked up by them. Tomas O'Leary, back he goes, looking for someone to win this one. Up to centre forward, must win this one. Goes off his hand, goes away from Shane Wiggins, and down the centre comes Barry McCarthy for Charleville. Gets it to his wing back to Dwayne Collins. Dwayne Collins kicks it half-heartedly only in as far as Steve Kane. Steve Kane hand passes it out to his fullback. Is this Killian Harty? Killian Harty over to the far corner. Tomas O'Mara coming out with this one. Tom O'Mara. Now it's Ballinacurra passing halfway. 5-6 passes to get this far. Here they come again. Another pass as far as Stephen Kelly. Stephen Kelly will go past his man and showing a good burst of speed. Stephen gives a nice hand pass off. Nice ball to Damien Daly. Damien Daly bearing in a goal. Is he going low? He is indeed, and it's stopped eventually by the goalkeeper, David O'Connell. Great run by Damien Daly, who came all the way up from the back. His shot was powerful, straight at the keeper though, who did well to deflect it over the bar. So after 23 minutes we're tied at 2 points apiece. Remember, if this is level we'll have extra time. Light won't affect us because we were playing under lights. And this kick out to be taken now by the man who saved that shot, deflected it over the bar, David O'Connell. Up they go in the centre of the field, broken down. The defender reads it very well and then gets dispossessed. Here come Ballinacurra, low ball across the centre. They're queuing up. Stephen Kelly was near it, lets it back to one of the defenders, can't pick it up, very near the ground. Yes indeed, off the ground, says the referee, and to be a free out to Charleville. Take it again quickly. There's no respite, no let up. It's going from side to side. Mark Kavanagh having a look around. What'll he do with this one? He won't do much with it because it's taken off him. And here come Ballinacurra. Ballinacurra gets it to their centre forward. This is Shane Wiggins. Shane Wiggins trying to get inside, barging however on that occasion, and the free out to Charleville. I said this game is non-stop, side to side. Is this going to make the sideline? It will not indeed. Hand passes comes down as far as the full forward playing out from goal, and this is Colm O'Flynn. Colm O'Flynn cutting down the middle, still going, gone past two, still soloing, hand pass, a long ball in. It's a dangerous hand pass. It's not the percentage pass that he should have used on that occasion, however, and chance goes a begging. Out it comes to James Nagle. James Nagle with his hand pass into the centre. Ballinacurra's Shane Wiggins plays this one low, up to Stephen Kelly. Stephen Kelly has to dive down for it, won the dirty ball, tried to turn past his man. Michael O'Flynn is not too happy. The Charleville supporters behind us here are not too happy. The referee is the final say, and he gives the free in to Ballinacurra. Ballinacurra will take it quickly. They do, and short. Back again to James Nagle. James Nagle, a hand pass into the corner. Switch over there as this one comes down to Scott Richards. Scott Richards gets it back. Here comes Ballinacurra, dropping it in front of the square. Forward gets his hand to it, but can't control it, can't keep it in play, can't win possession back, and eventually goes out over the in-line and will be a kick out for Charleville. Certainly we're getting value in play up and down the field. Both sides showing unbelievable fitness in this first half. We have 4.5 minutes to go to half time. It's been lung bursting, gut bursting, up and down the field since the start. This one dropping, you can see the wind holding that one. Fantastically caught by Danny O'Flynn. Danny O'Flynn playing it out to James O'Brien. James O'Brien being shepherded away. Good man to solo with it. Has him in a room here. Up along the ball. Great running from Danny O'Flynn to win that pass back. And he's now 30 yards out. Plays it in towards the full forward line. As far as Andrew Cagney. Andrew Cagney and passes that ball in. but the pass being misread and Ballinacurra come away. Definitely Ballinacurra have had less possession, Charleville have had more possession, but their final pass breaking down. Ballinacurra playing this ball back into the centre of the field, now into the corner. They are playing a more direct style of football, using the foot a bit more. Charleville concentrating an awful lot on the fisted pass or the hand pass and the cross into the centre. Ballinacurra have it again. There's a man coming the overlap. That man is Brian Sigerson. Brian Sigerson, good ball inside. A chance here for Shane Wiggins. Brilliant block down by the Charleville defender. And going back there is centre half back Barry McCarthy. Here come Charleville again. That's 2. 3 passes. They're still inside their own 45. Coming across here is Denny. 4 passes. He gets it down. We're at the 65. 5 passes, that's a foot pass, and we're still not out of halfway. And here they come again into the centre this occasion. 6 passes now to get to halfway. 7 across the field. That one going to Scott Richards. Back again. 8 passes. I'm not going to keep counting. And this is Danny O'Flynn playing a long ball in towards the full forward line. Corner forward came in a late burst, going very near the sideline. Swings it back in. Ballinacurra man picks it up. Delightful chip into the man who's in possession now in the centre of the field. 1 ball as far as Shane Wiggins. Shane Wiggins having a look around. He's solo right now. He's got 30 yards. He's still going. He has to go around the man being intended to. Nobody inside in front of the goal, and Charleville get it away again. And here we come, building again, out of defence. Danny O'Flynn playing a nice ball to James O'Brien. It wasn't James O'Brien this time, it was James Casey. James Casey cutting down the centre, still going through, tries to get past one, has a chance, opens Cork set for a shot. Is it going outside? It is gone outside, and that one going wide. So with about 2 minutes to go to half time here now, it's still tied at 2 points apiece. Certainly neither team will be too happy with all the chances that they haven't taken. There haven't been too many misses, but the final pass being breaking down on both sides of the field. We've had good play out the field. This finishing is going to be crucial. Kicked out low again. The last one of them low kick-outs, Ballinacurra conceded one of their points on this occasion. However, Ballinacurra were alert to the danger before they give it away with a pass. And here comes Danny O'Flynn, influential figure in this game, was waiting for the pass. There's the blocked it. He doesn't like that. As he was making the run, he was taken up outside it. Ball across in front of the goal. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt to Steve Kane. He knew all along where that ball was going. As it crossed the face of the goal, he was able to watch it and shepherd it out over the end line and goes wide. I see the referee going over now. He's having a word with Brian Sigerson. I think about that body check on Denny Flynn after he passed the ball. It's not a yellow, and it is a yellow indeed. So that's the third Ballinacurra man to go into the book for that body check off the ball on Danny O'Flynn as he gave the ball away and went further return, was taken out with the body check, and now this kick out to this side of the field. It's dropping up, they go. Ballinacurra man under it, judging it well perfectly. Damien Daly, good ball. Here come Ballinacurra, and watch Damien Daly. Even though he's booked, he's showing powerful speed coming up the field. He's got a good 40 yards. Stephen Kelly has it. He gives it back to James Nagle. James Nagle has it turned around into Kelly again. Kelly is having a look at the post. Oh, Stephen, he knew the minute it left his shoe that it wasn't going to be good. The one he had taken earlier seemed to be good for a long time and tailed off at the end, but that time that one was never on. It just went askew the minute it left his boot. So now we're in the final minute, about 15 seconds of normal time left. The referee had a check of his watch, but he's still calling David O'Connell to take this one. David now with his kick out to the centre is a bit short against the wind. Ballinacurra with it. Big full forward is Jake Hegarty. Jake Hegarty on the run. If that's the score, it is as good as you'll see. And as we approach half time, Jake Hegarty has put Ballinacurra 1 ahead, coming up to the interval. Fine play, won a good kick out, fantastic fielding in the air, made a bit of space and slapped it straight between the sticks as we have gone into injury time. The referee going in, I think he's calling for the ball. Yes indeed, I think Tá Cursi on Kiadla Kriechna, and the last kick of that game of any benefit at all to anybody was the lead point for Ballinacurra at the interval. Jake Hegarty's first point, Ballinacurra's third. They lead 3-2 at half time. Plenty scratching of heads as they go into the dressing rooms, plenty to play for. Both sides guilty of missing chances, but both sides still in it, and I don't think the wind is going to be a factor. Scores and goals, that's what's going to decide this match. We'll be back with the story of the second half.
tomorrow Saturday, August 31st.
And can you hear me? It's Esther, can you hear me? Can you Tomas, are you okay, Tomas? Can you hear me? Put up your hand if you do, if everything's okay. There we are. I can keep talking, so.
Esther's okay.
Right, Esther, are you okay?
Yes, yes.
Right, okay, right.
Right, we can go so.
Referee out in the...
Are you my commentator?
Tell me you're ready, Brendan.
Okay.
And ball is in, second half is on, up they go for it, comes down and Charleville comes away again. Danny O'Flynn moving past the 45 now, gives it out to his wing forward, goes away from Gavin Kelleher though. Gavin very near the sideline, has gone out over the line. He took it out, till be a Ballinacurra sideline ball. Ballinacurra leading by the minimum. Hand pass back again into slightly dangerous hospital pass territory, but get away from it. Block down is made there, good hand pass and intercept by Charleville. They come back again. Andrew Cagney gets it inside towards James Casey. James Casey working it out to Cagney. Cagney working it out, trying to swing it onto his left. Across the field it goes. More in Gary Owen than anything else. In towards the corner forward. Nicely shielded inside by the man. Brought to ground. The referee's not giving him free. And he said, play on, waving away. Here they come, very near the sideline on the far side of the field. Battling hard. And eventually the Charleville man takes it out over the line. Charleville were on the attack there. That ball was slightly misdirected in towards the goal. The Ballinacurra defence battling hard though. They're certainly, after a long season, as I said, they were in the went as far as the semi-final of the hurling and were beaten in a replay. Here they come now down the centre of the field, kicked left for a lovely ball as far as the 12. The 12 for Ballinacurra is Scott Richards. Scott Richards moving away, still trying to cut inside, makes ground, has to hand pass it across, gets away with it. Nice ball from Jamie Nagle in towards the goal. Ballinacurra moving in across towards the goal, into the comfortable arms of the goalkeeper, who took a bit of a chance with David O'Connell with that pass out. And here come Charleville again. Plenty ball, no scores, that's their problem. Out they come, passing halfway and moving it up the field, hand pass after hand pass, out as far as Mark Kavanagh, one of their scorers, gets this one in. The wind catches that one. Ballinacurra get it out, and it comes to Trevor Costigan. Trevor Costigan up the field for Ballinacurra now, racing in here. The man with the left leg uses his speed. Well done there by Tomas Leary, the captain. Good run, being chased now by Barry McCarthy. Tomas still going, hits it off his right, but that one goes off to the right and wide. And another let off there to the right of David O'Connell's post. Great run by Tomas O'Leary, but Tom's shot eventually not the required accuracy on that occasion, and a let off for Charleville. They trail by 1, 3-2. 2 minutes 22 seconds gone in the second half as David O'Connell kicks this one out. Danny O'Flynn tackle from the back there, no doubt about that. A free for Charleville just outside their 45. Long ball up to the forwards. Man loose racing onto this one. Coming across is the cornerback, does well. Down Ballinacurra have that ball and pass over there on the far side of the field. They're working up the field again. Pass intercepted. Well done, Charleville. Charleville man brought to go. Ballinacurra want to watch it. 3 players on yellow cards as they kick this one into the corner. Corner forward and corner back racing from this one. Man in red gets a nice ball into the wing forward. The wing forward still way out from goal. Has to hand pass it back. Gets it back as far as Dave McCarthy across the field to this side of the field. Races on for Charleville. Charleville's number 10. Hand passes it in there. Nice ball from Gavin Kelleher. Gavin Kelleher back to Andrew Cagney. Andrew Cagney gets by his man. He's cutting inside. He goes from the near post, but unfortunately for him, it goes the wrong side of the near post. And another wide for Charleville. They certainly will rue a lot of the chances and half chances that they haven't taken in this county final. 3.5 minutes left. A long way to go yet as the goalkeeper from Ballinacurra, Stephen Kane, brings this one out to the 13-metre line to kick it off the tee. Stepping back into this one, had a few dodgy ones in the first half, gets height in that one, not particularly huge distance kicking. You can see the way the wind affects it. Charleville pick this one up, running onto this one, bit of room, gets past 2, still cutting it towards the goal. Hand pass across, the hand pass has gone off to Mark Cullen Flynn, had too much to do making himself a nuisance, does seem to push the man in the back. Yes indeed, says the referee, will be a free out to Ballinacurra. Plenty possession for Charleville. The hand pass going astray, the final pass going astray. That little bit maybe of craft is absent from them in this junior B grade. Out they come again at Ballinacurra. This Glasgow Celtic of East Cork. Here they come again. And passing up the field, trying to turn around, having a look around. What's he going to do with this one? Across into the centre. Stephen Kelly would want turbos on the boots to get that one as it's cleared out there by Michael O'Flynn for Charleville over to the far side of the field. Here comes the Charleville number 8. Takes a heavy dunt there. Danny O'Flynn back and comes to Cagney. Andrew Cagney going solo again towards the goal. Hits this one high, but if they go wide on one side, that doesn't mean they won't go wide on the other side either. Another wide from Charleville, and certainly they are not taking their chances. Danny O'Flynn is up. He's walking gingerly back. I see the first aid man going into him. He said, I'm all right. He just got the shoulder right, bang. Got up straight away, the man that he is, and this will be a kick out for Ballinacurra. Stephen Kane has kicked a lot of ball out today. They lead by a point. They'll need to get down the field. They need scores too, as this one crosses into the centre. Man waving at it, down it comes Ballinacurra. Number 12 was Scott Richards, fouled on that occasion, and Gavin Kelleher being told to give the ball back. It will be taken by Trevor Costigan. Trevor puts it across towards his number 9. His number 9 soccers it out to the far side of the field. That was Brian Sigerson. Brian Sigerson out to the wing, working up the field slowly. And Ballinacurra now, ball goes off the legs of the defender over there. The linesman getting confused. The flag went one way, then the other, but it's for Ballinacurra now, and they have the ball and in possession. A low ball into their full forward line. Full forward does well, goes down on it, then gets up, surrounded by 2 or 3 Charleville men, turns around, cutting inside. Stephen Kelly, ball flicked back nicely, but only as far as the Charleville man. Referee lets the free go, and then said, come on, let's go. Out come Charleville again. A bit of room here as Ballinacurra had pressed in into the space again. The sweeper behind the half back line, picking up the ball, coming out for Ballinacurra. Pass goes astray, over across here towards Kelleher. Kelleher playing a nice ball in as far as the full forward. This is Colm O'Flynn trying to get inside, hand passing the ball across the face of the goal. Back goes Andrew Cagney with it, turns around, has to play it out 20 yards. Ball hits off the forward's nose, turns around. This is a ball they had inside the 13 metre line. He's outside the 45 now, and Danny kicks this one, but the accuracy letting him down on that occasion. Good defensive play there by Ballinacurra. That ball was in the danger area inside their 13 metre line. They forced Charleville to pass it back twice until eventually Danny O'Flynn had to take the shot from outside the 45, and that shot was to no avail. So Charleville, having played 37 minutes here in Park Erin, have 2 points on the scoreboard from an awful lot of possession. I'm not keeping the stats myself, but they certainly deserve more than that too. You could see the wind catching that kick out they go in the centre. Charleville man gets a finger to it, and down it comes towards James Casey. James Casey up along the sideline. Charleville playing it back. Is he going to go from the point? Swinging it across the field, hoping for this one to come down to Gavin Kelleher. Gavin is making for it. Good defensive play by Tom O'Mara, and away from Ballinacurra. Ballinacurra certainly seem to have more support here. Man brought down in the centre of the field, plays a nice linky ball in as far as Stephen Kelly. Stephen Kelly turns around, hand passes it into the centre where it's picked up by James Nagle. Jamie Nagle plays this ball with his left foot across, makes a bit of space for his full forward. This is Jake Hegarty. Jake Hegarty with a punch, that ball into the corner forward running in for Ballinacurra, trying to get it up, and passes it back. Half a chance here for Ballinacurra as they move forward slowly, trying to get the ball into the danger area. Too many hops, too many steps, too many non-plays, and eventually Charleville will take this one out. They're handing the ball from one to the other. They want to get action going. They played the first half at a frantic pace. It didn't work for them. Picking the loose man out in the centre of the field. This is Mark Kavanagh. He got one of their 2 points so far. And passes the ball over to Gavin Kelleher. Gavin Kelleher still solo. Will he give it back to him? Has a look at the posts. Played it out to the corner to this side of the field. Down goes the Charleville man, trying to get a bit of room. It's their full forward, and their full forward is Colm O'Flynn. Has looked dangerous, but no scores coming from it yet. Back again towards Andrew Cagney. Andrew Cagney goes from the point, but certainly the shooting boots must have been left behind in Charleville tonight. That's another one racked up by Charleville. They're certainly not taking their chances. They're playing with the wind. They're playing 8-9 minutes of the second half, and they've no score yet for all they're playing. Ballinacurra had been down the other side just once. Sub coming on for Charleville. The other Keta gemacht. It is centre forward Shane O'Sullivan is being replaced. Yeah, and I can't see who's on yet, but certainly that's Shane O'Sullivan gone off as Charleville introduced the first sub of the game for them. They'll want to do something with scores. As I say,
number 9, Shane O'Sullivan, has been replaced by number 16, Darren Casey.
Darren Casey has taken Shane O'Sullivan's place. The referee, or the goalkeeper, Steve Kane, as I say, facing it into the wind now, trying to get it out to the centre. Oh, beautiful fielding in the middle of the field there by Ballinacurra, playing that ball out the wing. Now they're on the overlap. They're motoring back to field, making the Charleville boys sprint back with them. Hand pass ball into Stephen Kelly. Stephen Kelly having a look around. What did he do with this one? Cutting in towards goal. Lost possession though as he came away. Went into contact with the ball, came out of contact without the ball, and here comes Charleville again. They'll work this one up the side. Nice dummy, gets away from his man. He's pulled as he's tripped. He's still going. He'll have to give it back. The free will be to Charleville. They're still in arrears. They've played 10 minutes in the second half, and they really want to get their act together now and put a few scores on the board, because they certainly have missed chances. As I said, they've been here before. They've lost 2 finals. They lost in 2010. 1-7 to 1-5. Kilbryn beat them. They scored 1-8 in 2011, but Ballinacurra were victors on that night 2 years ago. Now this one comes down, the hand pass into space, and the 1-2 makes space. Ballinacurra playing sensibly, but as I said that, they give it away and win it back. It must be said, showing great heart. Gets it as on Sean Wiggins. Sean Wiggins soloing up the field, turns around as his jersey tested, we'll say, up the side of the field. Here come they go again. Good run. Very good run there by Scott Richards. Scott Richards getting it back. And this is Jamie Nagle. Jamie Nagle on the left. When he turns on the left, he turns around and passes it back to Richards. Richards into the centre. It comes to Brian Sigerson. Brian Sigerson switching the play out to the far wing where Damien Daly runs onto it for them. And Damien Daly not afraid to have a shot. It looks good, but it's not good enough. And it goes out. And if Charleville can do it on one side, why can't Ballinacurra do it on the other side? 3-2, 41 minutes, 19 minutes left in this County Junior B final. Very, very little between the sides in terms of ability. Maybe Charleville are shading it on the possession stakes, but certainly not on the scoring stakes, as scores have been few and far between. Here come Ballinacurra down the centre. Jamie Nagle, hand pass, half a chance here for Ballinacurra, cutting inside, hits it high and over the bar. So the 4th point of the game for Ballinacurra. A good movement there, winning the ball at centre field. Jamie Nagle soloed through, drew the man and passed it out and put over the bar. Good score by Ballinacurra. They lead 4-2. Double scores, and I think that one was by Jake Hagerty, the full forward again. Knock out, or kick out as you should say. Steve Kane over to this side of the field. Charleville should win this. They do. And they're going to work it up the field again. Oh man, yeah, came across a body check as he came away. The substitute who's on the field just a few minutes, Darren Casey, gets it in as far as Gavin Kelleher. Gavin Kelleher back to Danny O'Flynn. Danny O'Flynn looking around and passes the ball again. Nice jig there by Mark Kavanagh. Mark Kavanagh playing this ball into the corner, racing on for it. Andrew blown out of it on that occasion. Mr. Cagney blown out of it by the fullback, who came across and did well there for Ballinacurra. I think that could have been Killian Hartley, if not it was Tom O'Mara, but certainly Andrew Cagney knew all about it. Seemed to be striding onto the ball. Across came the back, bang, shoulder to shoulder, and chance gone. Another wide. Still 2 points between the sides as we're approaching the halfway mark of the second half here in bitterly cold Cork in this second half. It's hard to believe that we're in the month of August and such a chill wind blowing down the field here from the city and down to the Blackrock end, down towards that lovely coloured scoreboard. And this kick out into the centre of the field again. Up they go for a touch of basketball going on there. Nobody winning that one. Leg goes up, a stray leg, and 'tis Charleville with this one. Something happened over on the far side. The Charleville players didn't like it, but they get ready to get on with this one again, playing another ball in towards Colin Flynn. Colin O'Flynn seemed to be pushed there, but he turned around and held up his man. Back it comes, a chance for Charleville going for the point. Is there a swing in this one? It's high, but unfortunately, as most of the other ones, bar two, that one going off to the right hand side on this occasion, and that one gone wide. Another wide for Charleville. The story of the evening. 4 points to 2. 6 points in 44 minutes. 2 of them for Charleville, 4 for Ballinacurra. Ballinacurra won't care. They're leading by 2. In fact, they're leading by double scores. as the goalkeeper from Ballinacurra, Steve Kane, a busy man with kick-outs all night, kicks this one out, up again they go for it. Ballinacurra man breaks it down. Jamie Nagle gets this one, long ball in, past the backs, past the forward. Two Charleville men converge on him as he kicks this one into the space. Well collected inside there. Good cornerback play. Turning around in difficulty, trying to get rid of this. Stephen Kelly doing very, very well, making a nuisance of himself. Gets it out for Charleville. What will Charleville do? They'll hand pass it anyway first across the field. And here they come the second time. Is that one got a bit too far? Colin Flynn moved out from goal now. From Charleville, got out to the centre of the field. Who's got in full? We'll see that later on. Playing nice ball in, gets it inside. Charleville plenty more. Great speed on the far side, cutting inside. Hand pass, chance, backs ball, back advantage. Really, in all fairness, the forward didn't have a whole lot of mind, but he worked hard for it. He has won that ball back over in the far corner. And it gets it across as far as Colin Flynn now. Colin Flynn has a look. He's on the run, but that one goes flying across. Colin Flynn is knocked to the ground after he kicked that ball. The referee said, sorry old stock, it was just on the point of contact, no free there. The ball eventually going miles and miles wide, and to be another kick out for Ballinacurra. The clock is showing that we're gone halfway in the second half. Charleville 45 minutes have got 2 points, and they're still in this game because they've had more than their fair share of chances. There I see Colin Flynn coming over this side of the field, and Danny Flynn coming over. He got a bad bang earlier on. I see him that he suffered that one. Up they go, passes the ball in the centre of the field. Ballinacurra man collecting this one, 15 for them. This is Stephen O'Brien into the corner. He puts it well connected inside by Hegarty. Hegarty gets that ball back. Lovely skill, beautiful skill by Trevor Costigan brought down as he was going through there, and certainly a bit of frustration on the part of the Charleville players as Jake Hegarty will take this free. He's inside the 45, he's about 40 metres out from the Charleville goal, and the way this game is going, every point is so valuable. Jake Hegarty, two to his name already, standing over this one. Expecting to curl it around the corner, I think. Yes, and it's the the trajectory seemed right when it left his boot, but he didn't allow enough to draw across it, and eventually goes out and wide and let off there for Charleville. As I say, they're 2 points behind. They have missed oodles of chances, but they're still only, as I say, 2 points in it, and it's anybody's game. A goal in this game would be so important. I did say in the first half that one of the team, that whoever get the goals will win. But with 4 points to 2 after 47 minutes, it's Ballinacurra on the attack here. Man bursting through. Stephen Kelly has the ball, cutting inside, hand passes it, going nowhere in particular. Back it comes, still Ballinacurra holding on to it, playing that ball into the corner, turning around, getting it there is Tomas O'Leary. Tomas O'Leary across, loose pass on that occasion. Down they come the next time, down very near the ground, off the ground by the Ballinacurra man. He doesn't like it, he throws the ball away. The referee will bring this one forward and give the advantage to Charleville. They don't need it, however, they're going to take it quickly. Across the field, the pass goes. Danny O'Flynn played a great amount of ball for Charleville in this game so far. Gets it as far as Gavin Keller. Gavin Keller up the wing. Gets it as far as the man who came on. That's the sub, O'Cosig. Darren O'Cosig. Good ball inside. Darren O'Flynn just won't let it come across and gets a foot to it as he was falling, a trailing foot, but once again it's Ballinacurra. Come away, raise the day, raise the siege, bring it out, hand pass, short, easy ball, man gathering down the centre, does well, gets it into his hand, takes the hand pass back, Jamie Nagle, good play by the centre fielder, turns around onto his left, he is dragged as he's going in, and it will be a free in to Ballinacurra. They missed the last one. Have they a chance now to put a bit of daylight and 3 between the sides? 2 points is an awful lead to have. No need of telling Kerry that in 1983 or telling them in 1982 when Seamus Darby and Tyg Murphy did for them with a 2 point lead. And this is Jake Hegarty coming over to take this one for Ballinacurra. 4-2 they lead. They are only 11 minutes away from the county championship. They'll need this one though. They'll need this one. Jake standing over it, hands on hips. Will he learn from the last one? Will he put this one over farther and let it cuddle back in? No, Cadianashe gets under it. It seems to be better this time. Jake Hegarty has put it straight over the bar. So now 3 points between the sides. That's back to 5-2. And you imagine at this stage that Charleville will have to get a score. Having some technical problems here now. I think we should be okay. Ready to go. Charleville on the attack. Down it comes into the centre of the field. O'Flynn. This is O'Flynn Cullum. Moved out from full forward. Has a bit of a stumble. Trips the man as he came away. The referee blew the whistle. Maybe blew a bit late, but it is a free for Ballinacurra. They're happy enough. They're within 10 minutes. They're within sight of a county Grade B championship. Looking around, as I say, very unlucky that they're not going for the double, having only been beaten in a replay in the hurling semi-final by the eventual winners, Skibbereen. Charleville man reading that ball perfectly, and out came their number 5. Their number 5 is Dwayne Collins. Charleville playing this one across the field again. Plenty ball for them to play with. I see his spare man dropping back inside, are the Ballinacurra men. The ball going from them. 2 of them converge on the man in possession. What will he do? He spots the ball over to Gavin Kelleher. Gavin Kelleher kicks this ball out to the corner where another man, the centre half forward, Andrew Cagney, is cutting inside. Is he going for a point? He turns on his left, and that one is high, and it's accurate, and that's the first score of the second half after just 21 minutes of play for Charleville. With all the play they had, they now it's back to a 2-point game. I mentioned Tiggy Murphy, I mentioned Seamus Darby. Well, now can we mention Charleville in the same breath? 5 points to 3, 9 minutes of play left. Kane the goalie, Steve with the kick out for Ballinacurra. Charleville certainly will get enough chances to bring a game back from 2 points. Will they take them? This one breaks down into the centre of the field. Charleville man gathers it first and moving up the field when it is their 7. Their 7 is Dave McCarthy. Dave McCarthy kicking from distance, but Dave McCarthy has that touch of Charleville squander mania in his shooting again there. Agus sin ceanile imhe bhóléagar do rálairc. Ballinacurra an dévile. Ag brachtan ter an gáinchuid. Living on scraps, going down. Have got 5 points. Charleville with more possession. Have squandered a lot of chances. The crowd getting behind Ballinacurra here in front of me now as the goalkeeper places that ball and kicks it out over towards the sideline on the far side of the field, where he picks out a teammate from Ballinacurra, goes off the Charleville man's hand, and it will be a Ballinacurra ball. The crowd over there aren't too happy with it, and it will be taken by their right half back. I think it's Damien Daly. Damien Daly got a yellow in the first half, had made a few great runs, surging runs, but the sideline ball is kicked straight back out over the sideline again, and giving the play back and the advantage back to Charleville, who are hanging into this game. Ballinacurra defending for an awful lot of it, but they're showing great fitness, great resilience, and great defence. This one is kicked high, up they go for it. Man goes up all on his own. Down it comes to the fullback, down to Killian Harty. Hand pass out from Ballinacurra. They'll work it slowly and sensibly out of defence. Here they go again. Pass. And they're still trying to get it out. Now on the burst, trying to go past 2 men. Plays a long punted pass into Stephen Kelly. Stephen was the decoy on that occasion. And Ballinacurra now moving down towards goal. They have an overlap here, still going across in front of the goal. Up they go, comes down to the full forward. He turns and pass across. They're lining up. Oh, winning the loss. Oh my gosh, Jamie Nagle. That was a gilt-edged opportunity. Got the pass back from Jake Hegarty. There were 2 Ballinacurra men there, but that one eventually goes off and goes wide. And Charleville are lucky. Charleville coming away again into the centre of the field. Hand pass back, and then a half block down, but it comes down to the number 10, Gavin Kelleher. Gavin Kelleher getting 2 in a row for Charleville. Mark Kavanagh started well, got a good point, gets this ball as far as O'Flynn. O'Flynn gets it as far as Barry McCarthy. Barry McCarthy gets it back to Daniel O'Flynn. Across the field we go. The nice punted pass into the space. This one is now picked up by the Charleville man inside. It's their 12. Their 12 is James Casey. James Casey gets it back to Mark Kavanagh. Mark Kavanagh loses possession but manages to get his foot to it and get it away. Back it comes out again. Barry McCarthy. Barry McCarthy as far as Colm O'Flynn. Colm O'Flynn gets it across to Danny. Danny with a hand pass inside. Half a chance here for Charleville, running into a cul-de-sac, however, passing, going everywhere, defence everywhere also. In it goes, Charleville man with the ball inside in the corner is James O'Brien. James O'Brien gets it up, tried to swing off his man, goes to ground, and the referee said play on. Charleville man still has it, still moving in towards the goal. Ballinacurra dispossessed, get a toe to it, back again to Danny O'Flynn. Danny O'Flynn is fouled, and it was Colm O'Flynn, and a chance for Charleville. One thing you must say is that the Ballinacurra defence has been very, very disciplined, not giving away frees, not giving dead ball situations to Charleville. The clock says we have 5 minutes and 10 seconds left. A chance for Charleville over on the far side. Who's taking this one? Is it Mark Kavanagh? 2 points in arrears, 5 minutes to go. The ball is high enough. It's not going to be accurate enough either though. Up they go inside. Charleville man does well to get it. Nicely gets it back as far as forward. Forward foul, gone to ground, and to be a free in. It was Andrew Cagney who was fouled right in front of the goal. And surely Charleville will convert this one. It's kicked high and it's kicked over the bar. So we're back to a 1 point game. Charleville are certainly in this now. We have played 55 and a half minutes. That one kicked over by Mark Kavanagh. A point between them, 5-4, 55-44 on the clock as Stephen Kane in no rush with this kick out. Certainly their side have done brilliantly to concede only 4 points in the last 55 minutes, and this one is kicked out by him to the far side of the field again. Up they go, a bundle of pairs who's ready for the break, and it's a green and white man who comes down and passes the ball 1, 2, 3, short little hand passes, and then the long kick indirectly broken down. Ballinacurra man turns nicely and gets this one and passes it out to the wing. They're good at carrying this ball into the space. Down it comes towards their number 13. I think that was Stephen O'Brien. Stephen O'Brien hand passes the ball, however, goes astray out over the sideline. Another substitution. And substitution on the Charleville team. The captain, PJ Allen, the cornerback, has gone off, and Jason O'Hara is on. 19 for 2. And what have we left? We have just 3 minutes. Charleville now down the centre. Good chance here. Going past 1, gone past 2, gone past 3. He's on the 45. He's still going through. He seemed to be fouled. He is fouled. And a great, superb run by centre half back Barry McCarthy. He got that ball outside the 65. He was eventually fouled on the 20-metre line, and surely a chance of the tap-over equaliser for Charleville. They trail by 1, 57-10 on the clock, and it's going to be Andrew Cagney who will kick this one for them. They're trailing by 1. They need this one. They need to get some little bit of luck from the gods. They missed so many chances during this game, and it's Cagney with this one. It's in high, and it's over the middle, right over the middle. So from 5-2 10 minutes ago, it's now back to 5-all, and we've got 2.5 minutes of play left in the clock. The excitement is here. The flow of the game is with Charleville at this stage. Ballinacurra have defended gallantly. Can they get down the field? One more final sally down the field for them. Or are Charleville on a roll? Are they going to get 4 in a row in points? It's 5 apiece. 57-57 as this kick out is over to the far side again. Up they go. Colm Flynn has made a difference since he moved out in centre field for Charleville. He's cutting inside. He hand passes the ball into the corner forward. Having a look at James O'Brien. James O'Brien kicking high, and there's a cheer going up. There's a dance going up on the far side of the field outside the Charleville dugout. There they go, 6-5, they're gone ahead. Remember, they were 5-2 down, dead and seemingly buried. The referee is now going over to the far side of the field. The linesman is coming in to say something to him. Is it just to tell him how much time is left? There is 1.5 minutes of normal time left yet. As Andrew Kane, or Stephen Kane, he was in no hurry with these kickouts earlier. A bit of a rush now. They were 3 up at that stage. They are now down 1. And here's Charleville, man going backwards, done well in the second half is Gavin Keller. Gavin Keller getting it up to his substitute up towards Darren Casey. Darren Casey finds a man in space inside there. It's 12 for Charleville is James Casey. James Casey cutting inside, gets this one high across the field. Who's going to win this race? It's a white and red jersey, gets it as well as the wing back. The wing back is Dwayne Collins. Dwayne Collins kicks it high. They had got 4 in a row. Well, that one is after changing it ever so slightly. Dwayne Collins' effort going off to the left and wide. We have in the last minute 59 and a half minutes of play gone. Ballinacurra, who have led for so long in this game, now find themselves a point in arrears with time running out. Spot the quick one, get it out as far as Tom O'Mara. Is this the last hurrah, the last sally up the field for Ballinacurra? Yeah, but what about the ball? The ball is forgotten. Down it comes to Mark Kavanagh. Mark Kavanagh getting it inside. A chance here, a spare man on the overlap. It's Colin Flynn. Colin Flynn made such a difference when he moved out to centre field. He was back in full forward position again there. It didn't go right for him on that occasion, and we are gone past 60 minutes, and the kick out to be taken by Steve Kane. Ballinacurra, who, as I say, lost by a point, or beaten in a replay, I should say, in the hurling semi-final, have bit the dust again. Charleville managed to sneak in at the end. All the play they had eventually began to pay off. They got the chances near the end. They were 3 down, 5-2 down halfway through the second half. They showed great heart, great resilience, great courage, great aplomb, took their chances and eventually run out winners. 6 points Charleville, 5 points Ballinacurra. Ballinacurra will think of the chance of a goal that they missed halfway through the second half. That